God is using different situations to hold out a mirror in front of us to show us who we really are, so that we can be confronted of our sin and it can conform us to the image of His Son. And one mirror is your spouse, one mirror is your friend, one mirror is your boss, one mirror is your employee, one mirror is your child, one mirror is your parent. But these are a lot of mirrors. You see, we know that we are not that great. But still, no one likes to be told that they are not as good enough as they think that they are. So if these mirrors keep showing us the ways we fall short, at some point, we'll break down. I'm not good here. That person is showing me my weakness. It gets too much. At some point, we feel like a failure. I can't do this. We give up. Moji, you're saying yield to God, yield to God. Is God so not even worse? It's like I'm giving God the report card of my life to mark and to show me the places where I got it wrong. F9 straight. Maybe at some point I'll even have to drop out of school. So, Moji, there's no motivation to embrace this process of yielding that you're talking about. I hear it, but there's no motivation. And I agree with you. If you look at it from that perspective, there is no motivation to yield when we are being confronted and convicted of our sin. Instead, we'll look for ways to escape. But what if I tell you that God is not marking the report card of your life to make you fail? God is marking the report card of your life to actually make you pass. Moji, how? I mentioned earlier in the sermon that I hope that one thing you get from this sermon is that God never relents in redeeming His people and in changing them to be conformed to the image of the Son. In Romans 8 verse 29, for those God foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son. So Jesus is the goal. The destination that Jesus has in mind for you is to eventually be fully conformed to Jesus. So that is why He's actually convicting you now, so that as He's showing you the impurities, they keep falling off, and you keep advancing in this journey to keep being more like Jesus every single day, to that final day when we are fully conformed. Amen. But God knows that you can't take it. All these people pointing out your wrongs is too much. It doesn't guarantee your success. It can lead to your failure. So God says, you know what? I'm going to use your friend. I'm going to use your boss. I'm going to use these different means, but I'm going to use myself as well. And so God says, I am the one who cannot fail, but I will carry upon myself your own failures, and I will pay for it, so that you will no longer be defined by it, so that you'll be free from the burden of pain for your failures, but so that I will secure the success of that final destination I have for you, to be like Jesus. 2 Corinthians 5:21, God made Him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that in Him we might become the righteousness of God. God put our wrong on Jesus who did no wrong, so that we can be made right. What is the cross? God taking up our failures so that we can pass. Jesus is the reason why you can look at your failure and know that it's not a means for your condemnation, it's a means for your transformation. Without Jesus, if God is pointing out our wrongs, it will condemn us. But with Jesus, if God points out our wrong, it's to conform us. Because of what Jesus has done, because He has guaranteed the success of that eventual end to being more like Him, you can be sure that in this present time, if God has to mark your report card, it is not to make you fail, it is to make you pass. This is what motivates us to say, God, okay, bring it on. Show me where I'm still lacking, and I will yield. Because I know that which you're doing, and the very end has been secured. So what will change in the posture of your heart? Knowing that your marriage is one way that God is using to reach out to you. How would you respond to that feedback and work, knowing that that is also a mirror God is holding out to you to show you who you really are? How would you talk to that friend who says, I know what you did, but this is how you caused it all? The different spaces we are in are ways God is again showing us a mirror to help us see, because it's hard to see, ways that we still fall short, so that He can change us and conform us into the people He has called us to be. Through this sermon, God is confronting us with our own cord, with our own staff, and with our own seal. Are we going to yield?